Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all might be fine and safe in your home. So, today, children, we are going to do understanding the poem, that is of the poem Summer Sun. This poem, it was written by Robert Louis Stevenson. So, we will do think and answer these questions. The first question is, what do you think is the main idea of the poem? And it's asking you to explain. The options have been given. The sun brings beauty and joy to different places in different ways. Then the B part is the sun is too warm in summer. Then C, the sunlight banishes darkness in summer. That means removes darkness in summer. So the option is the sun brings beauty and joy to different places in different ways. So what does the sun do? It brings beauty. That means that every place, each and every place becomes beautiful due to the sunlight, and everyone becomes joyful also. It showers its rays upon the earth and the mankind. That means the sun rays, what happens when it falls on the earth? Then the whole place is filled over there with the rays of the sun, and the place where it falls, everything becomes very beautiful and delightful. The sun, being a big and cheerful man, spreads happiness wherever he goes. So, the sun is very big, as you all know, and wherever the sun it goes, there is happiness. As you have seen in this poem, that the sun, if it falls on the spider's web or the dusty place, then that place also becomes bright, okay, and beautiful. The place, it starts glowing. Then whether it falls on the hayloft, then also that place, through the broken tiles, when the sunlight comes to the hayloft, okay, that also place becomes very delighted and cheerful. Then when the sun it goes to the mountains, that means it falls, sun rays falls on the mountain or in the garden or to the ground, each and every place becomes lighted up. So the sun spreads happiness everywhere. Now, why do you think the sun is called the gardener of the world? So why do you think in the poem the sun it is being said, or why sun is called as the gardener of the world? Now let us see the answer. The sun is called the gardener of the world because sunlight is the source of energy on the earth. So we know that from where the energy comes. The energy comes from the sunlight, okay, the solar energy. And that is the source of energy. Why? Because when the sun falls on the plants, then the plants they start preparing the food, okay, and that sunlight, those energy that is stored in the leaves of the plants, and we eat, okay, we eat and we get energy. So from where, or the animals they eat, they get energy from that. So this sunlight is the source of energy. If there was no sunlight, then there was no life on the earth. So it is the main reason for the growth of plants and greenery on the earth. So you understand? Now we will do the phrase. That means we'll complete the sentences with the phrase. So for that we have to understand what is a phrase. So what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of related words within a sentence. So what you will find that the phrase, it is a group of related words, and the phrase we will see that, like see, I saw a tall girl. In this, I saw a tall girl, when you read, that is a complete sentence, children, okay. But when we read a tall girl, okay, only a tall girl, that means that is a phrase. Now what happens? See, a phrase can be found at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. So, a phrase you can find at the beginning, at the starting of the sentence also. You can find it at the middle or you can find it at the end of a sentence. Let us understand more. A phrase may not contain a subject or a verb or both. So what happens in a sentence? What we find that a sentence is made up of a subject and a predicate, and the predicate part, it contains the verb. But what happens in the phrase? The phrase may contain a subject also, it may not contain a subject also. There can be a verb, or it might be without the subject or the verb. Now let us see. See, thus a phrase may have a meaning, but it does not convey a complete thought. So what happens? The phrase, if you find in a sentence, then it means that the phrase may have a little bit meaning, okay, but not a complete thought like a sentence. Understood? It does not it does not convey, or it is not giving you a complete thought. Okay. A sentence may contain more than one phrase. So in a sentence, you may find more than one phrase. A tall girl was standing near me. Now see, a tall girl was standing near me. In this, what we see? That a tall girl, that is phrase 1, one phrase. Then was standing, that is phrase 2. And near me, that is phrase 3. So how many phrases are there in one sentence? There are 3 phrases in one sentence. First is a tall girl. Then second one was standing, and then phrase 3, that is near me. So first one is a noun phrase, second one is a verb phrase, and the third one is the prepositional phrase. So we will see about that. So a group of related words is called a phrase. It does not have a subject and a predicate pair. That means that is not a sentence. Okay? And it does not express a complete thought like a sentence. Like big and small shells. Here what you see? This is big and small shells. So what do you understand? Does it give you complete thought? No, it is not giving us complete thought, but it is making some sense. When we think about big and small shells, it comes in our mind that there are small shells also, there are big shells also, but not completely. We are not understanding what these words want to tell us. So, a group of related words does not have a subject and a predicate pair, does not express a complete thought, as you have seen, depends on other words or phrases to form meaningful sentence. So, they depend on other words also. There are other words. If there will be other words, then only the phrase will be complete and the whole sentence will be made. Now see, as we have seen big and small shells, now we will complete the whole sentence. Big and small shells were scattered here and there on the beach. Now you see, now the sentence is complete. So there are types of phrases: noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase. Like see, noun phrase, Nikki and Ricky. Noun phrase, my best friend. So here what you see? Here Nikki and Ricky, they are named. So noun phrase, my best friend. Here friend, where scattered, can be seen. So here what you see? Where scattered and can be seen. So were scattered and can be seen, these you know that scattered, that is a verb, main verb, and seen is a main verb, and in that you have helping verb also, were and can be. So these are verb phrases, as you have seen. Big and small cells, that were noun phrase. Then were scattered, verb phrase, can be seen also, verb phrase in the same sentence. Now see, the many, colorful, then pretty and delicate. So what are they? They are adjective phrase. Why? Because here you see, many and colorful. What are they? They are adjective words. Okay, they are adjectives. Huh? Then pretty, delicate. What are they? They are adjectives. Why? Because they are describing, they are telling about the nouns. Okay, like you can see, tell that many colorful shells. Okay, many colorful shells. So what they are telling about? They are telling you about the shells. How the shells were. They were very colorful. Then they were pretty and delicate. So pretty and delicate also tells about the shells. And so they are uh, adjective phrase because describing about the shells. Now adverb phrase. We will know amazingly beautiful, quite astonishingly. So here what is a adverb? Amazingly, you know that? That is an adverb. And then astonishingly, that is also an adverb. Okay, describing the adjective beautiful and the noun here Taj Mahal. This is quite astonishingly. So the people they were looking it at quite astonishingly, that means surprisingly. So that is also an adverb phrase. It is giving you some thought but not the complete thought. Then prepositional phrase, preposition telling about the position here, underwater, on the beach. So you know that under and on, what are they? Preposition. And so this is prepositional phrase, giving some thought but not the complete thought. So a noun phrase begins with a noun or pronoun or other related words. So noun phrase, it can begin with a noun, it can begin with a pronoun or any other words like that. Like see, that magnificent house was built by my great grandfather. So here this is that magnificent house here. This is the noun phrase telling you about the house. See, that magnificent noun phrase because included the noun. So here you have the noun phrase. Then a verb phrase. It is a combination of the main verb and the helping verbs in a sentence. Also a verb phrase, you will find it in the verb phrase, main verb also and the helping verb also. You can find that. So see here, the barking of the dog did not disturb others except me in the house. So here a helping verb is did. Then the verb phrase, you can just see helping verb did and then not, and main verb is disturb. So this makes the verb phrase, the barking of the dog. So that is verb phrase. Did not disturb is a verb phrase. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or a pronoun. My uncle Ranjit and his wife Radha are doctors at a private hospital. So now what is a prepositional phrase in this? Here at a private hospital. Okay, see. My uncle Ranjit and his wife Radha are doctors at a private hospital. So here this is a prepositional phrase. Why? Because at is a preposition. Here a verb written, no. This is a preposition. So at a private hospital. So that is prepositional phrase. So prepositional phrase, preposition plus the object of the preposition. It can be noun or a noun phrase, means it can be the name of the thing or some words along with the noun. So that will make the noun phrase. Like see here, what is so the prepositional phrase, preposition plus the object of the preposition in the box. So the box, noun phrase, and in preposition. Now we will do words in use, and that use these phrases to complete the sentences. So you have to fill in the sentences. So how you will fill? A cloudless blue sky greeted us in the morning. So you have in the bracket the phrases, and with that you have to complete. So in the first one you will write a cloudless blue sky greeted us in the morning. So what is phrase here? Here it is a cloudless blue. Then the long path through the woods smelled of freshly fallen leaves. So freshly fallen, that is a verb phrase. So you will write there. Then the cool and shady garden seemed to welcome the weary travelers. The dark and dusty library smelled of old books. So what are these? These are all adjective phrase. Now, appreciating the poem also. So in this, the poem creates the feeling that the sun is like a mischievous child. Pick out the expressions or lines from the poem which make you feel so. So, how do you think that the son is behaving like a mischievous child? So, yet he will find a chink or two to slip his golden fingers through. So, like the child, okay, when he wants to do mischiefs, what he does? He wants to slip his fingers, put his fingers somewhere. So, here it is given like if when he finds a little bit gap also, then the son will try to put its finger in between. So, he said to slip his golden fingers through. He through the keyhole maketh glad. So coming through the keyhole, the sunlight, it makes everyone glad, happy. Now pick out three expressions from the poem which convey that the speaker is delighted with the summer sun. So you have to find out three expressions that tell you from the poem that the speaker is very happy with the summer sun. Now, he through the keyhole maketh glad. That means when he comes through the keyhole, everyone becomes glad, becomes happy. Then, and sheds a warm and glittering look among the ivy's inmost nook. So, and then you have the second one, and sheds a warm and glittering look. So, he looks everywhere with shining face to please the child to paint the rose. Now when the child sees, okay, then it seems that the whole rose is painted with that. The child becomes very happy seeing the painted rose. So thank you children. Try to complete all the exercises. Have a good day. Bye.